She hid in silence, but her words refused to be silent. The diary of a young girl is not just pages from the past, it's the voice of hope, written in ink during the darkest days. At 15, Anne taught the world a lesson it still needs to learn: that courage lives quietly, and dreams survive even in shadows. Introduction: a diary that became a legacy. Anne Frank was just 13 when she received a red and white checkered diary for her birthday. She named it Kitty, and it became her closest confidant. I hope I will be able to confide everything to you, as I have never been able to confide in anyone. What began as a teenage girl's journal became one of the most important documents of the 20th century, a testament to courage, identity, and the enduring light of hope. Part 1. Life before the Annex. Anne was born in Frankfurt, Germany in 1929. Her family fled to Amsterdam in 1933 to escape Nazi persecution. Before going into hiding, Anne was a lively, talkative girl who loved school, had crushes, and dreamed of becoming a writer. But everything changed in July 1942 when her sister Margot received a summons from the SS. Fearing deportation, the Franks went into hiding in a secret annex behind Otto Frank's office. Part 2. The Secret Annex. The annex was small, cramped, and hidden behind a movable bookcase. Anne lived there with her parents, Otto and Edith, her sister Margot, the Van Pels family, called the Van Dons in the diary, Fritz Pfeffer, called Mr. Dussel. They lived in constant fear of discovery, of betrayal, of the outside world. Yet Anne's diary captured not just fear, but life. I can shake off everything as I write. My sorrows disappear, my courage is reborn. Part 3. A girl growing up in hiding. Anne's diary is a portrait of adolescence under extraordinary pressure. She writes about her strained relationship with her mother, her admiration for her father, her evolving friendship with Peter Van Pels, her longing for freedom, identity, and love. She also reflects on her changing body, her emotions, and her desire to be understood, not just as a Jewish girl, but as Anne. I want to be useful or bring enjoyment to all people, even those I've never met. Part 4. The Outside World. Though confined, Anne remained deeply aware of the war. She listened to radio broadcasts, followed news of the Allied invasion, and wrote about the suffering of Jews across Europe. Her empathy extended beyond the annex walls. She questioned injustice, cruelty, and the silence of the world. Who has inflicted this upon us? Who has made us Jews different from all other people? Part 5. The Writer Within. Anne didn't just write to survive, she wrote to live. Inspired by a radio broadcast encouraging people to preserve wartime documents, Anne began editing her diary with publication in mind. She dreamed of becoming a journalist and author. I want to go on living even after my death. Her writing matured, becoming more philosophical, introspective, and emotionally rich. Part 6. The Final Entry. Anne's last diary entry was on August 1, 1944. 3 days later, the annex was raided. Anne and the others were arrested and sent to concentration camps. Anne died of typhus in Bergen-Belsen in early 1945, just weeks before liberation. She was 15. Her father, Otto Frank, the only survivor, received her diary and fulfilled her wish by publishing it. Themes and reflections. Hope and darkness. Despite everything, Anne believed in goodness. In spite of everything, I still believe that people are really good at heart. Identity and individuality. Anne wanted to be seen as more than a victim. She wanted to be herself. Resilience and reflection. Her diary shows how writing can be a lifeline, a mirror, and a form of resistance. Coming of age. Anne's journey from girlhood to young adulthood is marked by introspection, emotional growth, and a search for meaning. Part 7. Stoic Lessons in the Face of Fear. Though Anne never studied Stoicism, her reflections echo its wisdom. She focused on what she could control: her thoughts, her words, her attitude. She practiced emotional restraint, even when misunderstood. She found strength in solitude and meaning in suffering. People can tell you to keep your mouth shut, but that doesn't stop you from having your own opinion. Part 8. Relationships in the Annex. Anne's diary reveals the complexities of human relationships under stress. Her bond with her father was deep and nurturing. Her relationship with her mother was strained and distant. Her friendship with Peter evolved into a quiet romance. Her interactions with Mr. Dussel and the Van Dons were often tense. Yet through it all, Anne sought connection, understanding, and emotional truth. Part 9. The Power of Self-Reflection. Anne's diary is more than a record. It's a mirror. She used it to understand her emotions, question her beliefs, explore her dreams, confront her fears. I can't imagine how anyone can say I'm weak and then go on being weak. Her introspection is a masterclass in emotional intelligence. Part 10. Lessons for today. Anne's words still resonate because they speak to universal truths. The need to be seen and heard, the pain of isolation, the courage to hope, the power of writing to heal. Her diary reminds us that even in the darkest times, the human spirit can shine. Final takeaways. The Diary of a Young Girl is not just a historical document, it's a human document. Here's what Anne Frank teaches us. Your voice matters, even in silence. Hope can survive in the darkest places. Writing is a way to stay alive. You are more than your circumstances. Even a young girl can change the world. Closing words, a light that never went out. Anne Frank's words continue to echo across generations. She didn't live to see her dreams fulfilled, but her diary became a beacon of truth, empathy, and courage. So when the world feels heavy, remember Anne. Remember her laughter, her questions, her hope. Because the truth is simple, how wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world. Thanks for watching Audio Mentor, where every book brings you closer to a better you. If you found value in today's summary, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss a chance to grow.